So, I believe we're live. Hello everybody, great to see you all. So here we are for another live stream. So yes, we're going to be doing the same as we do every week. There's one paragraph left from the previous one. So, and Count Beauty as well. So, it's good to know you're okay, Count Beauty, and it's good to know Oksana's okay as well. Well, it's great to have you all here. And Vitali, good evening. And Chidam Bara, I think I just called you Chidam. I'm good. I'm very well, thank you, Chidam. Good to have you here. And Renyard. So, Oksana, it's horrible what you're saying. All the world, including myself, are praying for the Ukraine. Yes, this is empire making, imperialism at its worst. So, good evening, Manisco. Great to have you here. Okay, so, well, this last one we were doing last time said you should also try to make sure that your own talents are clearly visible to other members of management. Otherwise, there's a risk the narcissist will simply piggyback off your achievement to further their own career. When you're up against a narcissist, you may need to sacrifice some of your usual modesty. Good evening, Pepax. Great to have you with us. Okay, so we've got one paragraph left, and then we're going to start on a new not in my name. Okay, thank you, Vitali. So this is the last paragraph we have here. So, coping with others' narcissism may be an unfortunate fact of working life, but with a greater awareness of their behaviours and the risks they sit, pose, pass, lay, stand, we can all try to ensure that they're not unfairly rewarded for their hubris. Okay, so we're starting to get some answers already. Pose from Vitali, from Lax, from Oksana. Okay, and hello Mariano Aguirre. Great to have you with us. Okay, so Count goes for pose as well. Okay, so the risks they sit, the risks they pose, the risks they pass, the risks they lay, the risks they stand. So Maria T goes for pose as well. I think this one's a reasonably easy one. Yeah. Do you remember this word hubris, for being super proud of yourself? Fernando. So pose. So I think I'm going to answer this one, and we get straight on to the next one. This one's very, very clearly a good collocation. To pose a risk. Here, pose means put. Yeah. This poses a problem. This poses a difficulty. Wow, this is lovely. So thank you, Pepex. I wish you, Oksana, and the whole Ukraine to be safe. The same to Count Beauty as well. Yeah. And to Elena if she comes as well. This is very funny. I love it. Okay, this is very good indeed. I love this. The Russians are saying not in my name. That's brilliant. Horrible stuff is going on. I hate and I'm scared that my country started the war. Okay, so this is a really interesting meeting ground. This is, I think it's a very interesting thing. So it's wonderful to have you. Yeah, the best to the Ukraine, the best to all of you. I want all of you to be safe. All of us to live in happiness and peace and harmony. Yeah, you can tell I'm a hippie. Okay. The next article we're going to do is about sleep. Yeah? Okay, and it's if we get enough sleep. My name's Alex, yeah? You call me Alex, yeah? Okay, so it's about sleep leadership. Can sleep leadership help rid, banish, exile, blackball, shun, burnout? Hello, Tom K. Great to have you with us. Okay, so this is a good one to start with. I just hope Putin doesn't go on swaying the nuclear weapons at the world. The better word is brandishing. Brandishing. Yeah? Ha. And Shah, I've learnt a lot from your lectures and your teaching method is phenomenal. Thanks a lot from Afghanistan. So wonderful to have you with us, Shah. So, can sleep leadership help rid burnout, help banish burnout, help exile burnout, help blackball burnout, help shun burnout? Okay, this is a brilliant start. We've got 3 different answers. I love it. So, Vitali goes for rid, Manisko goes for exile, Oksana and Fernando go for shun. At that point, none can be sure. The whole world hopes too. And the Ukraine gave up its nuclear weapons for guarantees of safety from Russia. Count Beauty goes for shun, and Oksana brandish. Yes, it's a better word, to brandish, to wave about. Tom K goes for shun. Sheed, good evening, Sheed, goes for exile. I love this. Okay, we've got a huge variety of answers. I'm going to wait for some more because let's see if you can all think about this. Okay, so let's look at to blackball. To blackball isn't a very good word. To blackball is to push somebody out of a group. This is to do with voting, particularly as members of a club. They vote if somebody can join the club. And if everybody puts white balls into the ballot box, then it's fine. But if there's one black ball, then you can't join. So I've been blackballed at the club. It means to be ousted from society. Chidambaram goes for banish. Okay, so we've now had all but blackball, and blackball it clearly isn't. Yeah, I was blackballed by the by the parents' committee. So, Laxina, what is the object of to rid? What's the direct object and what's the indirect object, Laxina? Blackball, to vote against, very definitely. Sleep leadership, this is to do with work and companies, and this is to do with the companies making sure that their workers get enough sleep. Vitali's changed his mind to banish. What's the direct object of rid and what's the indirect object of rid? Yeah, give me a sentence using rid. Okay, this is really good. Yeah, okay, get rid of. Normally to rid somebody of something. To banish something. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to write this here. Rid somebody or somewhere or something of something. Shun. You think it's shun now. To shun is to turn your back on. Yeah? So my friends all shun me after I became a member of the Conservative Party. Yeah? So normally you shun somebody to rid a city of corruption. That's good, Vitali. Yes, I like it. Yeah? And here the burnout is the corruption in that. How sleep leadership can help rid us of burnout, rid companies of burnout. Hi Funda. So we've got 2 for Banish, Chidam and Vitali. Good riddance. Yes, that's a really good word. Hi Manji, great to have you with us. Okay, so normally somebody shuns something to avoid, to turn your back on, yeah, to not have. Okay, to exile means to send somebody to another country, yeah. So this is a great one to start with. So the right answer here is banish, yeah. To banish, to send away forever, yeah. This is like to ban, but he was banished from his country. So sorry Manji, it's to banish, yeah. Banish is the right word. This is a really hard one to start with, yeah. Can sleep leadership help get rid of burnout, yeah? Can sleep leadership help us to shun burnout? I'm not even sure. Help us turn our back on. Yeah, we should shun practices that mean we don't get enough sleep. Yeah. Give a wide berth to, I like it. So Laxina. Yes, to shun, to banish, exactly. Yeah, okay, I'm going to put the next one up, but that was a really hard one. Thank you very much, Laxina. I'm really, really bad at spelling. Yeah, I was at school and I still am as a teacher. Banish 1. N. Yes, thank you, Vitali. And Koliak, vehement. Okay, so good evening. The answer was on the hyperlink. Hey. Yes. I hadn't spotted that, Vitali. Sorry, Valentine, but you're absolutely right. Very good. Funda. In German, give this word banish the same meaning. Okay, so let's try the next one. In the era of overwork, sleep is precious. What if your company pushed you to work less and snooze, kip, 40 winks, nod, yawn more? Okay, so Count goes for nod, Vitali goes for snooze. Good evening, Roland. Great to have you with us. Okay, so in the era of overwork, sleep is precious. What if your company pushed you to work less and snooze, kip, 40 winks, nod, yawn more? Okay, so we've got nod for Count, snooze for Vitali, and Chidam goes for snooze. This is the idea of sleep leadership, who it was who asked that question. Companies are trying to get people to work more. So Chidam goes for snooze, so does Oksana, so does Sheed and Renyard and Tom and Roland. Okay, and so let's see. 40 winks. 40 winks is a noun. And Pepax goes for nod and Fernando goes for kip. Just to nap. Why not? Yes, to nap more would be better. Yeah, it would fit very well. Okay, so I'm going to have 40 winks. To wink is when you shut one eye. So this is when you are nodding off and your eyes start shutting, and this is the idea of 40 winks. I like to have 40 winks after lunch. And nod, to nod is just to say yes. What you need with nod is the phrasal verb nod off more. But nod no, to nod off. Yeah, I nodded off after lunch. I had 40 winks after lunch. Yawn is not right. That's to yawn. Okay, so both kip and snooze would fit. But kip is very informal And snooze is probably less informal. I think I'd give kip a 3 informality, and snooze maybe 4.5, 4.75. Yeah? So, the right answer here is snooze. Yeah? Okay, I love a snooze. I love to have 40 winks. So, notice, to kip, I have a quick kip. Yeah? But a kip is very informal, and that's why snooze is better. Okay, so, to nod off. Heh. Wow, that's a really good question. I don't know, Tom. Anyone in the UK will know this phrase, to have 40 winks. Yeah, a sleepy person always yawns. It may well just be British, Tom. I'm not certain about that. But 40 winks is an informal way of saying to have a kip, to have a snooze, to have a siesta. We very often use this word siesta in English as well. Okay, 10 a.m. each morning. Whoops. Okay, I get the idea. I've missed the very first bit. That's what to snooze on the alarm means. Yes, you snooze a bit longer. So let's see. When Jason Fried picks up the phone at 10 each morning, the very first thing he says is, "I just woke up." He's the CEO of the US software company Basecamp, and says prioritising sleep and ensuring he's regularly getting enough hours of quality rest is a major part of what makes him a good leader. It's a spirit, mood, psychology mindset that walks, runs, jogs, sprints, contrary to many other leaders who have a tendency, says Fried, to use sleeplessness as a badge of honour. So, we've got lots of answers. Vitali says mindset and run. Hi Vibes, great to have you. So, Count Beauty says mindset and runs. Vitali goes for runs as the second one. That's okay. It's a mindset, says Manji. Piotr, hello to you in Poland. Roland says it's a mindset. Valentine says mindset and runs. Manji says that runs. Lax says mindset and runs. Pepak says mindset and runs. So does Fernando, mindset and runs. And Chidam as well. Double A. Oh yes, I'm back in my favourite stream of the week. Woo, it's great to have you, Double A. Runs contrary to. Sheed says spirit and runs, and Vibe says spirit and runs. Thank you very much, Dead Creatives. That's really kind of you. That really is. Thank you very much for the donation. It's really kind of you. So Renyard says mindset and runs. Yes, Vitali, to run counter to run against, to run, so that runs contrary to. This one fits very nicely in this set. Funda says mindset and runs. These CEO need coffees. Good coffee. Mayank says mindset and runs. Maria T for mindset. Mayak, mindset and runs. Okay, so to run contrary to. It's not walk, it's not jog, it's not sprint, it's definitely run. Yeah? To run contrary to run counter to run against. And Piotr says spirit and runs as well. Okay, so in this one, it's a spirit. I'm not very happy with a spirit. Yeah? He's got good spirit. A mood. A mood is your state of mind. It's a psychology. Could be again, but definitely it's mindset. A mindset talks about a way of thinking. Yeah? So you need to have a positive mindset. Yeah? His mindset's very positive. Goes contrary to. Absolutely, Tom. Yeah? It goes contrary to many other leaders. Yeah? Okay, this is a mindset. A mindset is the way you think. Yeah. Okay, would I be able to meet you if I ever happen to go to London for my summer vacation? No, because I don't live in the UK. I live in Spain. Whenever I go to London, I feel like a tourist. That's it, Maria T. Runs as well, very definitely, to run contrary to. And a mindset, a way of thinking. Okay, so you'll find it difficult, Shah. Okay. Gotta go. Air raid siren went off. Take care, Oksana. Stay safe. Stay safe, my friend. And Roland. Human spirit. Let's see. Oh, this is a very definite collocation. Especially in the tech industry, you hear people brag. I only got 3 hours of sleep. Or I pulled, pushed, dragged, rolled, drove an all-nighter. Yes, I do. Yes, I do speak Spanish, Pepax. Okay, so Laxina says pulled, so does Vitali. Count Beauty says pulled an all-nighter. Manji says pulled as well. Okay, to drag is to move something heavy. Yes, Oksana, stay safe. It's great to have you even for a few minutes. Okay, Sanjay says drove. Vibe says pulled. Tom K says pulled. Okay, an all-nighter. Roland, yes, take care of yourself, Oksana, definitely. Okay, to do an all-nighter. Yes, yeah, I did an all-nighter, very definitely. Okay, so this is a collocation, and Sheed says pulled as well. Yes, very definitely, to pull an all-nighter. And Piotr says pulled as well. To pull an all-nighter, to do an all-nighter. Yeah? Fernando dragged. It's not dragged, it's pulled. Manisco says rolled. Mayank says rolled. I was behind with the live. It's okay. It's okay, vibes. Okay, so to pull an all-nighter. Yeah? To drag. To drag is to carry something heavy. Yeah, I'm pulling an all-nighter now, kinda. Okay, certainly not something to brag about. Pulled an all-nighter, that's the collocation. But wait a second, Tom K. Yes, in many offices, people brag and say how cool they are. I worked all night, I pulled an all-nighter, and here I am in the morning working again. So, pulled for Funda, and yes, Roland, pulled as well. So what this article's actually saying is pulling an all-nighter and not sleeping is not a good thing. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your productivity. Yeah, so, to pull an all-nighter, very definitely. Okay, here comes the next one. Any second now, I hope. Yes. Absolutely stupid thing to brag about. Agree. Yes, but people do brag about it. Definitely, Pepax. You see, I work harder than you because I pulled an all-nighter and you didn't. Nah. Okay. It's the whole sleep when I'm dead, put in the hours thing, he says. It's kind of gross. This idea that you need to work so much, and that's the thing that'll get you ahead. Putting on, putting down, putting on, putting by, putting down, putting through, putting off, putting over, putting in, ridiculous hours. No one has the stamina or mental capacity to do 14 hours of work. Okay, so... Okay, so Vitali says in. By reading Mayak, for example. To pull through, says Count Beauty. Yeah, I will too. I have to study biology. No good for you regardless of what a boss says. Yes. Valentine says in. Putting in. And Pepak says putting on. Burn the midnight oil. That's the idea, Fernando. Vibe says putting in. Chidam says putting down. Sheed says putting on. Tom Case says putting in. Manisco says putting over. Wow, we've got a big selection here. And Sanjay says putting in. Okay, so let's see. Putting on. You put on your clothes. Yeah, you put on an event. You put on a play. No. To put by, to keep for later. I put by some money every week. Dead Creative says put down. Okay, so to put by, to save. No. To put down means to sacrifice or kill an animal. I had to have my dog put down. Or you could put somebody down. You could criticize them by saying nasty things about them. Okay, putting in for Funda. My Mayank goes for putting in. Okay, put through. To make somebody experience something. He put me through a really rigorous examination. The doctor put me through a thorough medical. To put off, to delay for later. Yeah, I'm going to put this off until tomorrow. Or the price of this puts me off. It deters me. To put over, to convey an idea. So it's important to put your ideas over very clearly. So putting in for Roland, Tom K. Everything putting. Putting off. Manji says putting in. Piotr says putting off. Put extra hours into your work. Thank you, student of tired. Some spooky tales with my relaxing voice. So the answer is to put in. Yeah, to put in. Yeah. So he's been putting in a lot of hours. He's been putting in a lot of time. The high price puts off many people from eating in this posh restaurant. Yeah. So you only get from life what you put in. You get back from life what you put in. If you put in a lot of study, you will get ahead. Okay, so to put in, yeah. If you to put in the hours, okay. Thank you, Mayank. Okay, so put in. Let's have a look at the other one. So, put on a play, to put on a face, to put by some money, to put somebody down, to criticize them, to put down an animal. I was put through a really horrible experience. To put off, the price puts me off. I'm trying to put over the idea of the meaning of these phrasal verbs, and he's putting in a lot of effort. Can it be exert effort or exert an effort? It's normally to exert effort, uncountable vibes. Okay? To put in an effort. Exert an effort. I would say exert effort as opposed to instead of a uncountable rather than a single. Fit over. So, instead, Fried believes in leading by sleeping more. His philosophy for himself and his Basecamp employees is 8-8-8. 8 hours of work and sleep each, and 8 hours of life in between, he says. What ends up happening for most people is work takes the most, life is the stuff you try to set, rig, trim, fit in the gaps, and sleep is what's left under, in, on, or over. So to put by, I put by, I knew you were going to arrive late, so I put by some food for you, because otherwise the kids would have eaten all of it. Yeah? I bought some sweets and I put some by for my friend to put to one side. Okay, so Vitali says fit and over, Vibe says fit, Pepak says fit and over, Manji for fit. To put in, but certainly poutine is not right. Count Beauty says fit, Lax says fit and over, Count goes for under, and Manji for over, Sanjay for set, Sheed for fit and over, Funda for set. Okay, we got an interesting group tonight. Okay, Fernando, set and over. Okay, Tom, good. I hope that helped. Okay. Fit and over. So, life is the stuff you try to Yeah. Fit in the gaps, to fit in, to make fit. There's a space here, I want to fit it in. To set in, no. Winter is setting in. To rig. To rig, I'm thinking about the ropes on a ship. To rig, to equip. To trim means to cut. Yeah, so you trim your hair. To fit in, to make fit, very definitely. You fit in the gaps. Yeah, which word best fits in the gap? That's the phrase I always use. Okay, so Valentine says this idea seems to be quite odd. It's very common in a lot of places. Sleep takes the most. Life is to fit in the gaps, and a bit of a snooze is what is left over. Okay, so to be left over, what is remaining? Yeah, so we had leftovers for lunch. Okay, so Renyard fit in leftover, Roland fit, Funda fit and over, and Vitali exert, to make an effort, but it requires a lot of effort. Yes. Okay, a lot of effort. To make an effort. Okay, to exert an effort. Thank you, Vitali. Is there a difference between the pronunciation of feet and feet? No, they're exactly the same. So, you need to be able to use this phrase left over. What is remaining? Yeah? I have 10 and I give away 2. That means I've got 8 left over. And over is very definitely the answer. So thank you, Vitali. To exert an effort, to make an effort, it takes or requires a lot of effort. And feet, same pronunciation. Feet, I'm trying to think of another one. No, definitely a feat, something that's difficult to do. Okay, and this type of sleep leadership is double, coupled, twofold, two-ply, twice, explains Tori Crane, assistant professor of psychology at Portland State University, US. 1, it's about supporting workers in their sleep. That's things like a supervisor showing care and concern and checking in, she says. So Pepax wonders about two-ply, and Vitali goes for twofold, and Sheed goes for double. And Tom K goes for twofold. Okay, this type of leadership has 2 different facets, explains Tom Carey. 1, it's supporting workers in their sleep. Things like a supervisor showing care and concern and checking in, she says, and then next we will have the other one. So, two-ply refers to laminated wood or toilet paper as well. Two-ply toilet paper, three-ply toilet paper. So, okay, twofold for Tom K, twofold for Manji, twofold for Sanjay and Renyard, and Chambaran. Exert effort. It is uncountable, right? To exert a great amount of effort. Yes, twofold for Count Beauty and twofold for Chidam. Notice this word fold means in 2 ways. You could have threefold, 3 times. Effort's both countable and uncountable, definitely. Okay, is twice, but twice what? Is double what? Yeah, is coupled to what? But it's twofold. It goes in, it has 2 parts to it. So this type of sleep leadership has 2 facets. Is I was going to say double-faced. So twofold means 2 times. I invested some money and increased my initial capital twofold, 2 times, 2 directions. Yeah? So tenfold, Tom K. And Roland Simon says twofold as well. Okay, it has 2 parts to it. Learning English is multifold. You need to learn to speak, you need to learn the grammar, you need to read, you need to learn the vocabulary. Yes? Okay. Treble, threefold. Quadruple, fourfold. Yeah, it's twofold. Something has two parts. That's the point, Roland. Very good indeed. So, twofold. But you can put this, notice, manifold. Yeah? Or manyfold. Manifold. Yeah? Or even, well, not manfold, manifold. Many types. Or many fold. Okay, exert effort doesn't quite sound right. To exert effort. You need to I would say you need to exert yourself. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. But that was really good. Ooh, one of these words I like. So you try activating this word fold. Yeah. Manifold, yes. And that, or manyfold, both work, yeah? A manyfold approach. There are manifold reasons to do this. Okay, and then there's this other component, the second part. This other unit, this other model, this module, this other article, this other moiety. That's more around understanding and communicating the importance of sleep to doing a good job and performing in the workplace. That can mean leading in a way that helps employees get more sleep, and role modelling for employees how leaders themselves are sleeping and balancing work and sleep, and how they're thinking about sleep in relation to work. Okay, so multi-layered, manifold. That's very good. I like it. The possibilities are manifold. You used this one the other day in a comment, Roland. So Count says component. So does Laxina. So does Pepax, Vitali, Valentin, Sanjay, Manji, Fernando, Sheed. This one was easy. So what is this word moiety? I love this word moiety. Yeah, and Sheed for component and same for funda. What is a moiety? Yeah? Moiety. Component. Manifold. Okay, yes, so manifold's a good word. Okay, and Maria T goes for component as well. What's this word moiety? Moiety, a half. Yes, normally two halves of something that go together. This comes from French, la moitié, meaning a half. Yeah? A moiety is normally half of something of which there are two, and the two different things go together. So Renyard says component as well. That's a good one. Okay, so yeah. A moiety, day and night. Day is one moiety and the other part is night. Yeah, comes from French, la moitié, meaning half of something. Okay, so yeah, a moiety. In organic chemistry, a moiety is a part of a molecule that is given a name because it's identified as a part of another molecule as well. Okay, I didn't know that, and I studied organic chemistry, Pepax. Okay, so it's a legal term. Thank you. Exert effort yourself. That would work. Since the beginning of the pandemic, companies are increasingly recognizing the importance of employee goodness, healthness, wellness, wholesomeness, especially as workers themselves demand it. So since the beginning of the pandemic, companies are increasingly recognizing the importance of employee goodness, healthness, wellness, wholesomeness, especially as workers themselves demand it. So Vitali says, goodness, moiety fold. Yeah, it doesn't work. It needs to be more than one, Fernando. Yeah, twofold, threefold, tenfold, a millionfold. Yeah. Learned organics too. That's interesting. Okay, so Sheed, wellness. Valentine, wellness. Vibes, wellness. Renyard, wellness. Thank you, it's always sunny in Paoa. Great to have you. Sanjay says wellness. Fernando says wellness. Funda says wellness. So what's this word wholesome? Well-being. Yes, well-being would be a word that fitted really nicely here. Yeah? Well-being. So what is wholesomeness? If something's wholesome, what does that mean? Wellness. Yes, very often I hear them refer to a wellness centre. So wellness for Maria T and for Roland as well. Okay. So I'm sticking with exert an effort. Me too. I like to exert an effort. Very definitely. But I think to exert effort as well. I think they both work. Iwana, great to have you. So Iwana says wellness. Okay, yes. And clearly wellness is the answer. That's an interesting question. It could be employees' wellness, but notice this is a noun construction of employee wellness. Noun, World Cup final. Yeah? Okay, you could say it as well. I'm such a wholesome teacher. Something that's wholesome is something that's good for you. Thank you, Lax. Wellness for Count Beauty. Wholesome, healthy. Yeah, is good for health, definitely. Wholesome, like family values or appreciation for simple and positive things. Yes, definitely it's sunny in Paoa. Good for the body. Well done, Funda. Pepax, thank you for awesome teacher. Wholesome name is a noun. Wholesome is a noun. Something is a whole. Is this? It is. No, it's an adjective. A wholesome meal. A wholesome, something that's wholesome. Okay, wellness for Manji as well. Definitely. Great to have you here, Manji. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Yes, a wholesome meal, something that's good for your health. Yeah, fruit and fibre is very wholesome. Here, wellness, well-being, definitely. Okay, so, wholesome, healthy for you, absolutely, great. And programs such as access to better flexible working policies, increased leave and mental health apps are among the common approaches. But less traditionally, modelling and encouraging good sleep behaviour is also arising, springing, dawning, emerging, initializing as another approach to support employees from burning out. Welfare, definitely vibes. Okay, fresh wholesome ingredients, good Roland. Okay, employee acts as a modifier, that's it vibes, it's a noun collocation. So, Pepak says emerging possibly. Laxina and Vitali and Count say emerging as well. Okay, so is also arising as another approach, springing as another approach, dawning as another approach, emerging as another approach, initializing as another approach. Okay, so we've got lots of people saying emerging. Laxina, Vitali, Count, Funda, Sheed. Valentine says arising. Sanjay says emerging, vibes, Manji, and Renyard and Roland say emerging as well. Okay, so let's see. Is also springing up. Dawning. To dawn. He's dawning. It dawned on me that I realised. Day is dawning. The sun is coming up. Is dawning. No, it's not the right one. Initializing means to start something. The computer is initializing and will take a while. Okay, so emerging for Roland. Fernando says springing, and I've gone for springing up. Yeah? Is also arising. Good sleep behaviour is also arising. No, to arise normally is a situation arises. Yeah, a problem arises. Okay, so good evening, Reza, and Reza goes for emerging and Maria T for emerging. Sorry, but do Chris's pen and Chris's pen, no, Chris's pen, they're the same. So, is also popping up. That's a good synonym, Vitaly, I like it. Is also popping up, more informal, springing up, but emerging is definitely the right answer here. So emerging. Okay, emerging. Yeah, it's coming out. It's becoming more popular as. Yeah, emerging markets, for example. Yeah, a chick emerging from its egg, from the embryo. Okay, so we're going to get another one any second now. Yeah, okay, so yes, to cropping up. Yes, he's cropping up. That's more like a rising. I like popping up better than cropping up, but cropping up would work as well. Beginning. Yes, that works, Tom. And though the rules of a more traditional corporate workplace may dictate that it's inappropriate to talk about what's happening in your bedroom, Swiss sleep neuroscientist Els van der Helm says a younger generation of workers has changed this no-no, veto, off-limits, outlaw, taboo, gag order dramatically. They want to talk about all these personal topics at work because for them work and personal life blend much more together. Has changed this gag order dramatically. So gag order says Vitaly, no says Pepax, and then he says taboo. Count Beauty says no. This is really interesting. This one's difficult. Laxina is in doubt. Tom K says taboo. Laxina's not sure. Let's change this. I'm looking at it. I think probably three of them fit, but I definitely like one of them better. Okay, so Sheed goes for taboo, Renyard for no, Valentine for outlaw, Vibes for taboo, Reza for no, Iwana for taboo, Sanjay for gag order. I love this. Lots and lots and lots of different answers. So luckily the original article only has one, so I luckily know what the right answer is. So this limits. Well, firstly, limits it can't be because this is singular and limits are plural. These limits. Yeah, so we'll definitely take that out. This outlaw. An outlaw is a criminal. The outlaw Josie Wells. Yeah, the outlaw is somebody who is outside the law. Yeah, so it's not outlaw. Okay, and gag order for Manji, Iwana, hello Roland, and taboo for Maria T. Roland goes for gag order. No and gag order would work, but taboo is best. That's pretty good. So, let's see, what have we got next? Off limits, but something is off limits. Off limits is an adjective. Yeah, this place is off limits. It's somewhere where you can't go. Has changed its off limits status. So off limits, no. A gagging clause or writ. Okay, so Funda goes for taboo. And outlaw's a bandit from Vibes. Okay, so I think I ought to give you the original answer. The original answer is taboo. Yeah? I think no works very nicely. It's a bit informal though. Has changed this no. This is a no. A taboo gives us maybe a 5.5 in formality. A no-no is more like a 4 in formality. It might be a little bit too informal. Yeah? This gag order. Well, a gag order is when somebody gets a legal document to shut you up. So if there was a gag order, the companies are saying you mustn't talk about sleep. But this is an unwritten rule. I think gag order might work metaphorically, but I'm not so happy with it. This off-limits subject, and outlaws a criminal. Taboo, good evening Maria Mikkonen. Yes, good evening Ronan. Great to have you here with us. Okay, so has changed this taboo. I'm going to accept no-no and I'm going to accept gag order, but the real right answer is taboo. Okay, taboo, something that's taboo, something that you can't talk about. It's just not something that's socially acceptable. Yes, a gag order is an injunction, but it could be used here metaphorically. A gag is something that you put in somebody's mouth to stop them talking. Yeah? They kidnapped the man and gagged him. So taboo for Roland. Good evening, Maria M. Great to have you as well. Okay, so a light sleep on the job isn't wholesale new, isn't completely new. Of course, in countries such as Spain and Italy, a midday break for lunch and a snooze has long been cooked, baked, fried, boiled into company culture. Elsewhere in Europe, organisations including the National Trust are beginning to hug, embrace, envelop, grip, cradle these Mediterranean hours. So, baked for Vitali, for Count, for Valentine. Okay, in this stream we're trying to find the right answer, Numan. So Count Beauty goes for embrace, Lax for baked and embrace, Valentine for embrace, Reza for boiled, Vibes for embrace, Manji for baked and embraced, Fernando for baked and embraced, Raphael, good evening, cooked and embraced, Pepax for boiled, Funda for baked, thank you Pepax, Reza for embrace, thank you Count Beauty, Sheed for fried and embraced, Sanjay for baked, Renyard for embrace, Tom K for cooked and embrace, Iwana for baked and embrace. So let's see, and Maria Mikkonen baked and embrace. Okay, so in this new man we're trying to find the right words that go in here. So we've got a landslide in favour of embrace. Yeah, to embrace a new idea. You can also embrace your loved one, to hug. Yeah, to envelop means to wrap up, to grip, to hold on, to cradle, to hold tight. Rooted in has long been rooted into company culture. Yes, I would maybe say rooted in company culture, but yes, you could, Pepax. Okay, so to embrace means to use a new technique, yeah, to use something new, to support and foment it, to push it forward. Okay, autumnative. And so in this one, has been cooked into company culture. No, the only one that really fits here is to baked into. Yeah, it's baked deep into something. Yeah, I get the idea that if you bake something, you normally have to bake for quite a long time by putting it in the oven. Yeah, so it's got to be baked. Yeah. I think fried and boiled are much shorter term. Baked. Yes, so baked into company culture. Yes, rooted in company culture, definitely Pepax. Okay, baked into. And Roland says embrace, practice, to embrace, to take on board. Good evening, Makubuya. Huh. Wi-Fi problem. Fertilized. Even longer. Embraced, no. Priced in, figuratively. Baked in. Huh. Priced in. Yes, definitely. Ingrained in. I like that ingrained in from Roland. Have long been ingrained in company culture. Yeah, something that's baked in is part of. It's very funny. I think in Spain, it's less and less common to have a midday lunch break. Embedded, ingrained, are beginning to become embedded, to become ingrained. It's long been embedded into company culture. It's long been ingrained into company culture. A piece, each. These cost £10 a piece. Each one costs £10. So, baked, ingrained, embedded, ingrained, it's a good word. And then to embrace, to take on something new. Okay, that's great. So yes, you need to study English for years. It needs to be baked into your soul, baked into your mind. Okay, adopted, embraced. Yes, very definitely, Tom K. Okay, so we're going to have another one. There are examples in the US too. Online retailer Zappos offers employees access to massage chairs, and staff were often encouraged by dead, gone, fallen, late, perished CEO Tony Hsieh to take 20-minute daily naps. Nap rooms or pods are also available at companies including Google and Cisco. Etched. That's quite a good word, Fernando. I really like it. Yeah, are deeply etched into the culture. That's very good. Embedded into. Both are possible vibes. So, we've got late for Vitali for Count Beauty for Valentine for vibes. We've got late for Reza for lax. Once, twice, thrice, and 4 times. And Sanjay, late. And Manji says late. And Tom K says late as well. Okay, so it seems you all know this one. I thought you weren't going to know this one. And late for Maria M. And late for Roland. This is a polite way of saying somebody's dead. The late Tony Hsieh. Yeah, late for Maria T as well. Okay, this is the way to do it. Encouraged by dead CEO. You could say it works, but it's not right. Yeah, it just doesn't sound good. It's too strong. Yes, let's see. Later, I guess, is our euphemism. Deceased, as Vitali says, for deceased CEO. Late, yeah, passed away. So deceased, definitely. And late for Tapesh as well. Late. I think fallen. Normally fallen, you're talking about a fallen soldier. Yeah? Gone CEO. Where's he gone? Well, he's probably gone somewhere better. To perish. Well, perished CEO. To perish means to die as well. So that one probably also works. But no. Late. This is the polite way of saying this. Very definitely. Yeah? How is your... I'm sorry to hear about your late mother. Yeah? I'm sorry to hear about your late father-in-law. Late. This is definitely the word. Okay, so late means deceased, gone. Yeah, kicked the bucket, snuffed it. Okay, but while a connection and napping. Okay, while a connection between napping and working has been around for a while, a 2008 survey showed more than 30% of American companies allow or encourage, stimulate, incite, goad, abet napping during the day, and 15% or more provide a place to do so. The concept of sleep leadership takes things a step further, prioritising policies that care for employees' sleep hygiene outside of working hours. So, very good, Makubuya. Late, that's the right answer. Yeah. So, good, Fernando. So, I'm glad to teach you one. Late. The late, somebody, okay? So, let's see. Encourage for Count, for Vitali, for Laxina, for Iwana, for Reza, for Pepax, for Roland, for Manji, for Tom K. Enhearten, says Roland. Okay, encourage, says Rainyard. And encourage, says Sheed, and encourage, says Maria. So Sanjay says abet. So what is this word to abet? And what is this word to goad? I'm pretty sure you all know stimulate and incite, and clearly encourage is the right answer. Yeah, they promote it. This is something that they want. So encourage for Maria T and for Raphael. So what is to abet and what is to goad? Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna wait a minute for you to send me some answers, and then I'll give you some explanations about goad and abet. To abet, to support, but normally to support something bad, as in aid and abet, aiding and abetting a criminal. Yeah, this is a criminal offence in English in the UK. So I think to abet is to help somebody do something wrong, to act as their infrastructure, to be a helper in something bad. So if you provide all the equipment that somebody needs for a robbery, you're abetting them. Or if you hide an escaped convict, this is aiding and abetting. Okay, to goad. Okay, to goad, to incite, to push somebody into doing something. Very often they use, when with cattle and with pigs, they use a goad, which is a sharp stick, to prod the animal to get it to go in the direction that they want to. To goad is to very aggressively push someone in some direction. To abet is not to try to convince someone, it's to help them do it. It's not to do the wrong thing, but it's to help them, to give them the infrastructure, the things that they need, to incite a crime, to help a crime. Yeah, this is abetting. Okay, so here, illicit, or illicit. Napping during the day. To elicit is to get something out. Here, encourage is a better word, Fernando. Yeah? Okay. To abet, to help a crime. And Makubuya, encourage, definitely. To intentionally aid a crime. That's it, Tapesh, thank you. An elephant goad. Yes, I imagine it's a long sharp stick. To facilitate. Yes, facilitate is a good word. The hefty salary can stimulate employees' productivity. Yeah? Okay, so abet, not necessarily a crime. No, but aiding and abetting a criminal in English is to abet, is to help someone do something. Okay, Reza, I heard the word goad for the first time in a cartoon when I was a child. I goaded my little brother to break in the dishes. Yeah, so I'm the one who should be punished. Yes. Like a staff or a rod, a goad. Yeah, something to goad somebody. Okay. Let's see, to me, normally abetting is helping somebody do something wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough for today. So, Count Beauty, take care and stay safe, and my thoughts are with you. And the same to Oksana, who had to go down the air raid shelter because the sirens had gone off. Thank you all for coming. You've been a wonderful class as always. Thank you for the donation. That was Dead who made it. Wasn't it? Definitely. So I'll be back again same time next week, inshallah, God willing. Thank you for all coming. Take care, Count Beauty. Thank you for coming, Vitaly. It's been a great pleasure to have you, and thank you for all your help as well. You're a great help in class, Vitaly. And thank you, Tom K, for learn. To do a bear's job, that means to abet. Okay, that's interesting. Manji, thank you. And Tapesh, thank you. And Sheed, wonderful. Iwana, take care. Toodle pip, Vitaly. Take care, Count Beauty. Pepak, stay safe. And Valentine, thank you for coming. Laxina, see you next week. Retha, thank you. And Pepax, it's a pleasure. Manisco, thank you. Azimullah, my pleasure. And thank you, Maria, as well. Thank you all. I'll leave the chat on for a little bit so that you can chat amongst yourselves if you need. Thank you for coming, Vibes, and it's wonderful to see you. And thank you, Solidade. That's great, watching from the wings. He was arrested because he abetted the hitman. That's a good example, Roland. I love you all too. Thanks for coming, Maria Traspasso. Bye-bye, Alex Forever. Ciao for now. Ooh, I like that one, Pepax. I think I might actually use that one. Ciao for now. It rhymes as well. My pleasure, Roland. So I'm going to turn off the stream, but I'm going to keep the chat on for a few more minutes. Thank you all for coming. Bye-bye. Thank you, Live.